Here to preview the 2018 Major League Baseball season is Spoke TV sports analyst Mike Stromme. Mike, how you doing today?
Pleasure to be here. I'm doing well.
Excellent. Okay, let's start with the defending champs, the Houston Astros. They began the season as the World Series favorites. Do they have the tools to repeat?
Connor, it's really tough for a team, and I don't care what sport you play, it is really tough to repeat as a champion. But I think the Houston Astros have the tools to do it. They are a very young team. They have a lot of young talent at the top of that roster. And even at the bottom, they have a lot of guys who can hit the ball out of the ballpark. They went out in the offseason. They got Garrett Cole from the Pittsburgh Pirates. He is a stud. He's an ace-type pitcher, and he's their fourth starter right now. This team went deep into October and into November last season, and I think they could very well repeat. They definitely have the tools to do it.
Sticking to the American League, is there any teams that you want us to watch or look out for?
I think the Cleveland Indians are a team that you should have your eye on. Much like the Houston Astros, they have a lot of young talent. They have guys like Francisco Lindor and Jose Ramirez, a couple of good young bats, and I think they should easily take the American League Central. A team I'm interested to see how they pan out this year is the Los Angeles Angels. Over the offseason, they went and got Shohei Ohtani, who is considered to be the Japanese Babe Ruth, so to speak, mainly because he can go in there and he can start a game for you and throw like upper 90s fastballs. And then the day after, he can be your DH and hit the ball out of the ballpark. I saw a report out of spring training that he hit a ball 500 feet in batting practice. Mind you, that was spring training, batting practice, etc. But this guy clearly has power, and he should be an interesting asset to this Los Angeles Angels team. Another team to watch as far as the wild card team is concerned, the Minnesota Twins, just given the fact that the AL Central is very weak at the back end, and they could get a lot of wins just beating up on their own team. And I think the hometown team, the Blue Jays, are a rather interesting team to watch come spring.
Interesting. Well, as I'm sure a lot of viewers are curious about, their local team, the Toronto Blue Jays. What are you expecting from them this year?
You know, there's the general expectation around this team, around baseball, and around the area really, is that they're not going to be very good. They have a couple of prospects. They're going to be a few years away from contending. I'm going to go on the contrary. I think they can win anywhere between 75 and 85 games. I think they can contend for that second wild card spot. I look at their rotation, their starting pitching rotation, and they're not any worse off than the Boston Red Sox, than the New York Yankees. They can contend there. You get a full season out of Aaron Sanchez, who missed a lot of 2017 with blister problems. Those aren't arm problems. That's not wear and tear on that arm. He can come back healthy. He was the leader in ERA in 2016, so to have him back in the rotation is a big boost. Over the offseason, this team lacked a lot of versatility in 2017. They went out and got a lot of guys for 2018, like Youngvars, Solarte, Litmus Diaz, Curtis Granderson, and Randall Grichuk. These are guys who can play multiple positions for in the outfield. They can bat on different sides of the plate. They lacked a little bit of, they were very right-handed last year. Guys like Solarte and Diaz can play multiple positions and contribute offensively. So I think they quietly addressed what they were missing last season, and I'm actually cautiously optimistic about the Blue Jays coming into this year.
Excellent. So any last predictions before the start of the season? Who do you think is going to win it all?
I think it's going to be a mashup between last year's World Series champs, the Houston Astros, and the 2016 champs, the Chicago Cubs.
Well, thank you so much for coming on our show today, Mike. We really appreciate it.